Well, our interview was just interrupted by Mr. Brij Sharma of the Hari Om Mandir because there was a climactic moment for the Shivratri celebration. So we went upstairs and there was Shiva and Parvati there seated in person. And not only that, they blessed Vandana and she was publicly in front of the whole temple, guests. She was actually publicly congratulated. So that was a wonderful interruption and a surprise blessing. So now let's continue with the interview. We were talking to Vandana about how she actually works with TV Asia and the editing process. So that's where we were interrupted, and Vandana is now going to continue with her explanation.
Sure, Sundarji. What a better day than Shivratri. It's Mahashivratri today and my Isht is Lord Shiva. Devo mein Dev Mahadev. I've been little kid. My mom's Isht is Lord Rama and I've been like odd in the lot in the family and I've been praying for Shiva since I've been a baby. And everybody used to say like, why Shiva? I said, because I don't know how I fell in love with Shiva. I mean, as a kiddo. And going up, I was not knowing why Bridji wanted it so persistently that we have to go up. But when you get recognized and then it gets acknowledged by the community, that's what it matters a lot. Coming back to your question, with TV Asia, we cover all kind of events. Let it be sports, let it be politics, politics for the mainstream, politics for the India. And it is very challenging. In the mainstream media, what you see, because the people, those who are handling somebody who's just covering the baseball, he's just covering the baseball. But as an ethnic media, we have a lot of challenges. But these challenges makes you learn more because you quickly adapt. At the 1 second, you're talking to the governor of Illinois. And the second minute, you may be speaking to somebody who has come from Calcutta, India, and he is talking about music. So they always say multifaceted kids get more smarter, and I think this is what made me what I do. So we record the events here on the tapes in the DV cams, and then we send it. And the best part is camera sees somebody, everybody or nobody. That is, so I don't do any editing. So all the people, those who are like, if I'm seeing it, the camera is seeing everyone or no one. It's not in my hand. If they have to see, the editor has to decide what he likes to put a piece on a community roundup, which is a show every night, 9:30 p.m. Central Time, and it goes coast to coast. We are all over US, Canada, and Caribbean, and sometimes the stories are so much relevant that we post them on the YouTube too. Our viewership, as you know, it's more than 2.5 million in the TV Asia. This is more than 20 plus years old channel. So everything I send is a raw footage. I don't even have from the last 10 plus years of my work. I don't have anything like which I can, my recognitions and awards, everything is with them. Yes.
Thank you. Another question. You're of course bureau chief for TV Asia, but you at the same time you freelance for a lot of other outlets as well, media outlets. Could you tell us about that too? How they complement each other?
Sure, it should not be a conflict of interest, first of all, and I'm not an employee of the TV Asia. I do as a freelance, but TV Asia, I started the bureau here 11 plus years ago, and the beauty is there are certain stories which are not relevant for TV Asia, because, and then the channels, CNN, IBN has asked my help from India. I did it. David Headley and Rana Tahabur story, I did it for them. Then it was a story that I did for Times Now also. So I have provided them footage, and when I went to India, so I help other channels like a Disha channel also for their Mahakumbh coverage too, which I was there just in the February of 2013.
Thank you. Could you also give your viewers sort of a snapshot of what does a typical work week look for you? I'm sure you have your schedule and all that, and suddenly there are always unexpected things happening. Being a reporter and editor myself, so I have experience of this. Then you have to juggle multiple commitments, so you have to go to some event where you're all dressed up, and then suddenly you have to go somewhere else. So can you just give us a kind of what a working week is like, a kind of just a snapshot, a feel for it?
As people feel that most of the work happens on a weekend, which is a myth, I'm going to clarify because I am so much involved in the community and I do a lot of other things also. I'm involved in a lot of non-for-profit work, which I do for women empowerment. As I mentioned earlier, I have my own organization and I'm been known as a Karam Yogini. And coming up to how do we manage, like one organization A, which I covered in 2012, it's the same event. So if it is in 2013, if the same event is happening and I have an invitation from an organization named B, I would prefer B over A because the A was covered before last year. But if it is not a clash, we'll try to accommodate everyone. As everybody knows, people do say, come for 5 minutes. They don't realize I don't have a chopper that somebody is dropping me there. This Vandana drives her own Honda Odyssey from Schaumburg to Naperville, Aurora, and sometimes I've driven into Michigan also 6 hours one way and coming back by myself. So which is very challenging. Sometimes it's been a snowstorm and where it was a story which was so relevant about the bone marrow transplant, like how the donation like happens. And there was a kids group which was from age 5 and that was all the way in Grace Lake. And I told them that I am on my way. I don't want to get into the accident, but I will be coming to you. So I was driving less than 5 miles an hour. It took me too long to be there from Schaumburg to Grace Lake, which is normally 45 to 50 minutes ride. But I was there. And then even the people, those who were performers, and some of the organizers were not there. But my dedication took me there because then what I felt that I brought smiles to the people. If there is one match, like, they were doing the fundraising for the bone marrow transplant for the South Asian community for one of our kids who was suffering for blood cancer. So that's what it is.
Wonderful. In fact, your award today was not just for your media work, for your media excellence in media reporting, but especially for your community involvement. And in fact, the way in which you are leveraging your role as a media person to actually help the community and make bridges between the community, because as a media person you have your foot in so many different parts of the community that normally don't talk to each other that much or even meet each other that much. So you're such a crucial link person for the community. Could you tell us a little bit more about your actually community involvement as opposed to just the media work? You already told us a little bit.
How I got into the public life. When I came to US and I was settling down, I was finishing my school. At that very time I was working for the Indian consulate also, because to support myself a bit. And it was like, they say put ka paon palne se hi malum chalta hai. I think it has been my father who's been still involved in a lot of charity work. He has made so many temples and all. So it was in my genetic disorder, I should say, or order, you should say that. And I got involved, and the first thing I started doing as a student was volunteering with FIA, Federation of Indian Association. The office was in Devon, and Mr. Sohan Joshi was the president at that time, and he's my Rakhi brother too. And he asked me, because those people, the seniors to me, they were not IT savvy, no computers at that time, and I'm talking about 97, 98, and no email. So I set up his account. I used to go to his office, used to volunteer myself, and after my school, and from job, going to school, then coming back there. He said, what are you going to charge me? I said, I am going to charge you one thing, that you and Bhavi has to drop me home back at night. I used to live in Evanston, which was 15 minutes ride, because I wasn't owning a car at that time. So that's a good deal, I said. And then they used to feed me at night, because I was single by myself here. And then there was no looking back after that. Organization after organization, organization after organization. Then we started in last few years, 4 years ago, we started an organization, Indo-American Community Service. I'm the founder of that. So we have done 3 job fairs in a row, and in the first job fair it was an attendance was like a 300 or so, then it reached to 700-800, then the last year it was 1,000 plus, which was in Hilton downtown. So that is what like, and then we did a South Asian Women Conference, and I got Anurima Bargo from Department of Justice, and we got her as a keynote speaker, bringing, because as I have an access, but my access, I don't keep it to myself. I share it with the community. I try to get them networked, and I try to build the bridges as is known. And so this is a never-ending process. What it cost like time on you, it cost toll on you. Sometimes 4 events or 5 events, people feel I must have had the best buffets or the lunches or the sit-downs, but I come home hungry and I stop on the Danny's, which is on Higgins Avenue in Schaumburg, and what I get being a vegetarian, I get a toast and the hash brown and a coffee, and I go home because I don't want to make a noise when I'm home. So that is challenging, but it is rewarding too. Like, I make people smile.
Well, you very nicely brought in this idea, this principle of sharing access. And having worked myself for the last 7 months with the print media, and now with the electronic side, I know that among the print media there's a certain element of rivalry and competition. Could you describe your own working relations with the other Deshi media outlets? How is it like to work with them? For example, whenever I go to an event, very often you are also there, and we see many of our other colleagues from other newspapers or other media there.
You asked a wonderful question. They say sharing the resources, which is very, very important in today's time. I always say everyone, each and every individual in today's time is a reporter. That's called I report. You can report from anywhere. You have a phone, which is not only a phone anymore. It is a camera. It is a video. I mean, you can do anything. And I started doing it because I used to always carry, my cameraman is always with me. I used to carry a camera, a personal camera with me at that very time, like I'm talking even 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that very time the phones was not having the cameras like in today's time you have it, the HD and stuff. So I used to take pictures. They say, "Oh, Vandana, आप जा रहे हैं, हमारे को photo भेज देना." And I said, "Okay, I don't mind. I will send it to you." And what do you want? I never asked for any credit, but they were like, because in Chicago, ethnic media, the print media, they're going for the events coverage was never been there. It has not been, I think, their priorities are, or maybe it's very challenging for them. But I took it as a challenge, and I have been like from every nook corner to every nook corner, from every community to every community. Let it be, people used to have a myth like, oh, Chiri Asia is a Guju channel, it's a Gujarati channel. I changed it. I was the first one to cover like Eid prayer, like being a Hindu going to means it was not in a mosque, like so thousands of people. And then I said, this is not my faith, but I respect your faith. Let's see what's in there, So going there, taking pictures and sending it to them, and it's very time taxing. Downloading pictures and emailing them, it's not an easy job. It has been like it takes a lot of time. And what do you get? But you get like a reward that you have given it back to, because that's what my pledge to myself was.
Now I want to ask you about, because you talked about that already, you touched in several different ways the difference between Deshi media and mainstream media, and different kinds of challenges, like them covering only, we have many reporters covering specific things, and you cover, we have to cover, people like you and me have to cover everything. But at the same time, one of the things which I have sort of been noticing is that the Deshi media primarily caters to the Deshi community, whereas the mainstream media mostly ignores the Deshi community.